Exactly what we needed tonight. A promo from Bo Dallas for the Wyatt Sicks explaining what is going on. Bo would say, grief is not healed by time. It is a festering wound that is continually being ripped open by an echo of a presence that is no more. We return, not for closure, but to rip open the wound of apathy and take what we are owed. In relation to the tag team division, could that indicate that Bo Dallas wanted to be tag team champions with Bray? There was some glitches in this promo, but I've looked at most of them that I can find and actually slow down to the point they're visible. I can't see any hidden imagery or anything, but if you can, tag me on Twitter at CWrestlingUK. I think the line that got my attention, and probably most of yours though, is Bo saying about the tag teams that their brotherhood will be tested. And that seems really important, specifically because WWE tweeted that line out as the header of the video, if you will. So we know that the Wyatt Sicks now feel like they're owed the tag team championships. And in the process of them potentially getting those belts, do we see brotherhoods break up? Will tag teams break up because of the Wyatt Sicks? If so, which tag teams? I mean, I'm looking at the 4 on screen here, and I personally wouldn't break up any of them. The tag division is completely shook, though. The tag division all want a piece of the Wyatt Sicks. And let's be brutally honest, it hasn't worked out very well recently, has it? Truly amazing to see the Bray and Bo half and half shot. Bray talking through his brother, or at least Bo thinks he is. Very, very cool. This is things you might have missed from WWE Smackdown. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. A nice pop tonight for Alexa Bliss as she had come down for a 6-woman tag team match. And WWE knew exactly what they were doing, by the way. Doing an ad read for Twisted Tea during Alexa Bliss's entrance. As Joe Tessitore said, stay twisted, with Alexa Bliss straight on the screen. Genius. Sometimes you just think, nice. One of the big questions revolving around Stephanie Vega is, would the main roster take to the Devil's Kiss move and the chant that goes along with it? Well, we found out tonight again, yes, they will. It wasn't as loud as what it is in NXT, but the fact fans are doing it, I expect it to grow and grow and grow. It's a thing that's going to stay around. It would be Naomi that refused the tag from Roxanne Perez, leaving Roxanne solo in the ring. Honestly, I think a really dumb booking move. It should have been Giulia 100%. Literally 3 weeks ago is when they broke up as a tag team. Should have been Giulia, right? Rhea would get the pin for her team as the baby faces stand tall. Makes sense. Go home show. I still want Stephanie Vega to win. I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley, though. Seth Rollins and his new group, which I wish they'd give a name to, by the way, was the ones that started off Friday Night SmackDown this week. Seth coming out saying tomorrow night he takes everything. There was a lot of mentioning about Roman Reigns from Seth Rollins tonight. A lot of people, and me included, wondering now, does that mean that Roman returns tomorrow? If not tomorrow, I'd expect it to be very soon. For a lot of people, bookers included, Seth Rollins is the favourite to win the men's Money in the Bank. If he does, do we get that immediate cash-in on Monday Night Raw? Unexpectedly, it was Solo and his group that came out to confront Seth. Obviously, Solo is a part of that men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And I like the fact they didn't ignore Solo's history with Bronson Reed after they teamed together at War Games. Seth would take the opportunity to stir the pot a little bit as it comes to Jacob Fatu's relationship with Solo Sikoa. We would get the standoff, though. Jacob versus Bron. And the crowd once again reacting positively for this. Who knows when we're going to get the match, but I still want to see it. While Seth would order his troops to retreat tonight, it would be Jimmy Uso with a blindside attack on the Bloodline that's not the Bloodline anymore. And that would lead to our first match of Jimmy versus JC, where once again, all Solo Sikoa was doing was trying to convince Jimmy Uso to come back home, to join him. Well, Jimmy would pick up the win tonight because of a miscommunication between JC and Jacob Fatu. And problems, they really do exist. Jacob walking away from Solo and JC. Damian Priest once again tonight saying he wants another opportunity at Jacob Fatu's United States Championship. You may have noticed, though, in the background was Shinsuke Nakamura lurking, so I'm assuming Shinsuke wants a shot at the US title. Or is that going to be a feud for Damian Priest, maybe? Later on, Solo will be talking to JC backstage, and he would trash talk Jacob Fatu by saying he's all gas, no brains. Well, Jacob heard every word. Oh boy, the turn is coming. Could Jacob cost Solo Money in the Bank tomorrow night? I think he might. A Bakersfield brawl tonight between Zelina Vega and Piper Niven. And actually, I really enjoyed this match. It was lots of fun. The hardcore element was there. And so was Giulia to assist Zelina Vega. And then immediately after Zelina won, turn on Zelina. Giulia making it very clear she wants the Women's United States Championship. Question though, this is obviously going to be a feud for Giulia. Giulia versus Zelina makes sense, right? Does that mean Giulia doesn't win Money in the Bank? Our first look tonight at the Slim Jim tables being used in WWE. You can see the logo there on either end of the table, which actually is pretty genius because when someone goes through the table, the logo is then pointing up. The logo is then advertising Slim Jim. The logo's unlikely to break at that angle. I don't mind this. It doesn't take away anything from the match. It doesn't draw your attention away from the match. It's not intrusive at all. So, yeah, whatever. WWE announced tonight the return of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. This will start next week with fatal four-way matches that will then turn into Raw versus SmackDown, with the finals taking place at Night of Champions. I like that WWE is making it again, so it's if you win this, you get a shot at your brand's world champion at SummerSlam. Again, it's just something extra that actually gives a reason why someone is fighting for a world title belt. Not sure on the Fatal 4-Ways, but we'll withhold judgment until we see the matches. Okay, who was it that forgot to light one of Aleister Black's candles? That thing really stood out, didn't it? Black will go one-on-one with LA Knight tonight. Well, match didn't end as Seth Rollins would come down, stomp to LA Knight. We did get, though, the face-off between Aleister and Seth. And look at Aleister there, that little scratch near the eye. He's not forgotten what Seth got Buddy Murphy to do to his eye. That's a rivalry that it looks like we are going to revisit in WWE. Bron Breakker would spear Aleister Black tonight. That's another match I'd like to see, to be honest. But Seth's group would stand dominant tonight over a fallen LA Knight ahead of Money in the Bank. Don't forget, Worlds Collide tomorrow will have a special start time of 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. in the UK, on WWE's YouTube channel. Looks like it's going to be a very fun show indeed. Can't wait to see some of these matches. We won't be doing the things you might have missed for Worlds Collide, but we are doing one for Money in the Bank, and if there's anything notable that we need to talk about, we'll talk about it on that video, I'm sure. A little preview for Worlds Collide tonight as Vikingo and Chad Gable would go at it in the main event of SmackDown. Well, it would be Andrade and Penta picking up the win as they defeat the Creed brothers. And, just like the trend of the night, Seth and his group would attack, leaving both Andrade and Penta down. As we got another promo from Seth, and mainly Paul Heyman, about Seth winning Money in the Bank, he'd be confronted by Cody Rhodes. It didn't lead to anything apart from the main event segment for Cody, but a nice face-to-face from the former friends. Seth did whisper something to Cody, though. I have no idea what it was. Impossible to see what it was. But he did whisper something. What was that? I really liked how the main event segment wasn't just another face-to-face promo, everyone goes home. This was a brawl, this was a fight, this was a beatdown from Cena and Logan Paul to Cody and Jey Uso. There was an unfortunate slip for Logan, and because it's Logan Paul, the internet's definitely never going to let him forget that. Cena and Logan would stand tall, and there were "We Want Truth" chants that John Cena flipped amazingly, by the way, saying you chant for truth, you can't handle the truth. You want our truth? Our truth is stood right here in the ring. Good for John Cena to actually mention it and actually bring it up, because so far all we've heard is that WWE basically banned any physical or mention of our truth. Pure genius, though, the way Cena was able to flip that round and get the crowd to, one, stop chanting it, and two, just make it part of the show. Genius. Incredible show tonight. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Very hyped for Money in the Bank and for Worlds Collide tomorrow. For me, a very solid 8.5 out of 10 tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace!